to get back to the question of origins, I mean, Matt's advice is probably the best thing to do is go look for Lawrence Krauss's lecture, which will explain this in more detail. But just for the moment, to make this a little easier for your mind to deal with, right?
Yeah.
You have to. It's not exact. It is true in a sense that the naturalistic view of the origin of the universe and the religious view of the origin of the universe come back to some point where things appear to start. Okay. Now, the details and the much more complex, deep physics details of that you get from that lecture. But there is a difference between the naturalistic view and the religious view. Okay. The naturalistic view is at that starting point.
Yeah.
There's very, very, very simple stuff, right?
Okay.
There's a hot, I'm not sure what the right, plasma is probably not even the right word, right? And we have a physicist here and he can't jump in the middle of this. But there's just a initial condition that's very hot, very dense, right? I mean, matter hasn't even condensed out of this stuff yet. That's what you have on the one hand, incredibly simple. And then on the religious view, you have an intelligence. And an intelligence is an incredibly complicated thing. So between those two views of that starting point, right, the naturalistic view is the simpler one, the one that takes much less of a leap to accept. See what I'm saying?
Okay.
And if you can accept that, if you can accept evolution, that diversity and complexity and things emerge from the interaction of stuff, all within natural laws, then you should be able to accept that the galaxies and stars and planets could form out according to natural laws out of that very simplistic set of starting conditions, right?
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Look at the difference. That what religion is asking you to believe at that starting moment is something much less likely, right? Much more of a stretch. Something hugely more complex. An intelligence. An intelligence that has not only that, but it has the power to guide everything else that's happening. Right?
Okay.
That's what religion is asking you to believe.
Yeah.
And physics is just asking you to believe.
I'm sort of having some problems with right there. My biggest problem is what we're talking about. Is what we're talking about is that starting point, man. That one initial starting point. And I guess if I can just wrap my mind around that.
We're recommending you watch that lecture.
That's what I need to do, man.
The other thing that I'd say is that, not quibbling over the ideas of nothing or whatever else, we're at a point where we understand that at some point the universe began to exist in the current form that we observe it. And we've identified, we label that in most of the time we label that as Big Bang. Big Bang cosmology. I mean, it's already been confirmed to the extent possible that we can confirm it by cosmic microwave background radiation that it did in fact happen. So then you say, what happened before the Big Bang? Well, maybe, hang on, it may be the case that is a bad question. That the nature of time in the universe is such that question just cannot be asked with any coherence and therefore cannot be answered. It may also be the case that the answer is, I don't know.
I talked about this to another atheist once upon a time, and he told me that exact thing. He said that's one of those things, Tracy, because he got kind of frustrated with me because I kept going back to that one point, and he said, you know what? That's one of those things that are just unknowable. And
No. How many no's was that? I did not say unknowable.
No, I didn't say you. I said I was talking to another
I understand. I understand, but you were equating
me. You were telling me that was not that's not what you said, but that's what he said. And
right. So let's not talk about what he said. Let's have this conversation between us.
Right.
I didn't say unknowable. I said that is something that we simply don't know. We may be able to find out. And the reason I'm harping on that point is because it's going to matter a whole bunch here in just a second.
All right.
What you're saying is that instead of saying we don't know, you find it more plausible that there is an intelligence for which you have no evidence, and your argument is that either this is just what I believe or this is just what seems more plausible to me.
More plausible, yes.
And I would ask you, how on earth can you determine that it's more plausible when you have no evidence to support it?
Well, it's the same thing. You have no evidence to support what you're saying.
No.
The beginning of the thing. Now, you have some evidence as far as the Big Bang, and I agree with you on that. And
Tracy.
you have some evidence when it comes to evolution. But you yourself have no evidence. We're both having to take a leap of faith how this whole thing got started.
No, we're not, Tracy. Tracy, no leap of faith. Here, look. Here's a line where this pen is. This represents the Big Bang. And I'm saying, I don't know what happened before that. And you're saying you believe that it's most plausible that an intelligence caused it. I'm not taking a leap of faith. How dare you represent that I am? You're taking a leap of faith. You're saying that you find it more plausible that there's an intelligence behind it. And I asked, how is it that you find this more plausible without evidence to support it? And instead of presenting evidence, instead you tried to equate our positions as if we're both taking a leap of faith, when that's not remotely true.
I got
and
you,
you'll remember, you'll remember that I said it was important a minute ago that I did not say unknowable. I said I don't know.
And you're okay
it is
with
not
that for
only
now.
it is not only important because
And you're okay with that for now.
I'm not only okay with it,
Okay.
I'm overjoyed with it.
All right.
Because I have not taken a walk down the credulous lane of arguments of ignorance that allow me to posit the existence of a creator for which I have no evidence at all. Because what happens as soon as I start believing that is it curtails all further investigation down that path. As second you accept an answer as the most plausible one without evidence, your journey is done. As soon as you say, I don't know, but let's see if we can find out, that's when the journey begins. It's not a leap of faith.
Dude, I got to tell you.
It is not a leap of faith.
No, it's not, because you're not going to commit either way. I mean, to have a leap of faith, you're right, I said that wrong, because if you're not going to, if you automatically say, I don't know, it doesn't take a leap of faith to say, I don't know. You're right, brother.
There you go.
I'm 100%. Hey, man, listen, I appreciate you taking the time to talk to me, man. I really do. And I don't know how or why, but these things help me every now and then. I'll call you guys every now and then, man.
But hey, stop by sometime. Thanks a lot, Tracy. I
All right,
appreciate it.
bye-bye, guys.
Later.